So today we are driving up to the town of, girls, how do you say it?
Gstaad.
Gstaad.
Today we're visiting the town of Gstaad, Switzerland. Come along with us.
Girls, what's going on this weekend here?
Volleyball World Cup.
Or this week?
Semi-final.
Whoa, this is going to be a major event, huh? So right now we are in the month of July, and in Gstaad, Switzerland, they have the, I don't know, I call it the World Cup. It's not called the World Cup, so I'm gonna have to correct myself here. But it's the championships of volleyball. So we're gonna be able to watch. This is gonna be so cool. It's gonna be the match of Canada versus Switzerland. And so we're gonna go and check that out later this afternoon. It's gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna show you how many trails that there are here. So in the winter months, if you wanna come skiing, cross-country skiing, or any kind of sports like that, there's 450 kilometers of trails to do. They have all these different brand name stores and boutiques and such. In the winter months they're open. They're not always open in the summer months though. In this area, all the homes have to be built a certain way or else they don't get the permits to build. So they have to be like certain height, certain width and such. And I'll just show you a few of the homes. They're absolutely beautiful. And I'll show you like some of the old town, like this is like the old town, but it's actually the new town, and back over there is where the real old town used to be. So, but check out these homes. So Julia, what are you standing, like the sculpture, what is this here?
So this stuff came from Julie Andrews when she got her citizenship. And Julie Andrews is the person who plays in Sound of Music and Mary Poppins and some other films.
This is the main street that goes through Gstaad. Over there in a distance, this mountain, when you're getting married, you can go up the telecabine, and what they do, I'll tell you. First, I'm going to tell you a little bit where they get married. So right behind me is a church. Let's say hi to the people on the bus here. So right behind me, that church, that was here since 1402. It's like the very first church of this town and village. And you can get married in there, any denomination. So you can be, you know, Catholic, Protestant, Methodist, whatever. And you just have to show up with your own preacher or pastor or what have you. And then what you do is you go up that mountain that I was just saying, and the gondola goes up, and that's where you make your big decision. You can either get off the gondola and have a celebration, or you change your mind and you come back down and you get cold feet. So it's kind of like their little thing, but that they do some kind of activity like that when you're getting married, so it's kind of cool. Girls, what did you find? Apparently there's really yummy ice cream. They're picking out what flavors they're gonna have later.
What is blue banana? I think I'll get bubblegum.
Blue banana, hazelnut.
What's
oh
blue
my
banana?
gosh.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Put your face in the way. So Charlie's is a restaurant that has hot chocolate, and the milk you can't keep it for like a week. You have to drink it right away.
And we're gonna go show you where the original
hot chocolate was.
The tea house where it originally started from, right?
Yes.
Yeah. What's that? World of Fine Food. This is a store where you can find pretty much everything from around the world. So if you're coming here and you need food, they have it all in that little shop.
if you want, you can take the mom train from Montreux to here. And so this is the train station here. So we're about to go in this church that's been here since over 1402, so a really long time. And I have some history for you.
Okay, let's go learn about the church, Chloe. Wow! You didn't scare me. Angelique, do you remember anything about this church that we already learned?
Yes, I do.
All right, tell me.
So it's a school. First of all,
it's a small little church, and they used to do a lot of the voting and such would happen in here.
This, as you can see, is real glass. And over here, they used to bring the bottles from rum or from wine or from beer, and they made this window differently.
So all these round circles are the bottom of
bottles. This church also used to be a school, and also back then they had this roof has a story because they sold it because they were a poor town, so they only did money. So they sold the roof, and then about like 25 years later, they rebought the roof and put it exactly how it was.
And this is the roof, so they're proud of it, aren't they?
Really bad.
So to tie back in what Angelique was just saying, to tie into that, basically this whole area was actually owned by the Duke of Gruyere. So if you haven't seen the video we just did on Gruyere, you can check that out, but that's it's a different area. And what happened was he needed money, and so he sold most of this land to burn. So that's why all of a sudden it went from a French-speaking village to now German and French. So that's kind of a little bit of the story there. So there you have it. It's starting to get lively here in downtown Gstaad. All the food stands. I think it's going to be like a really fun event. There in front of us is the Palace Hotel, over there in the distance. Chloe, what are we about to go do right now?
We're going to go up a telecabin, up a mountain. It's going to be really fun.
Yeah, we're going to have such a view.
And have a picnic.
So Julia, what is behind you?
Behind me was the original tea room compared to the one that we showed you before, Charlie's. And so the history of this old tea room was basically this guy who said, well, if you have hot chocolate in winter, what about milkshakes in summer? And so this was like their tea room.
This is what it looked like. It was a small little tea room, and now it's a shop. Okay, so let me tell you about this hotel. You see here, it was built in 1899 is when it was established. And the owner is a Formula One racer. I forget his name because I'm not good at, famous people's names and such. But when you go inside, there are famous people who have their own glasses. And they look like kind of like these beer glasses. You can probably see in the clip that we just did. And so they'll drink champagne out of there, they'll drink wine, they'll drink their aperitif drink, whatever they're having, all out of that big glass. So they don't care what they're drinking or to have a special glass for whatever they're having, because they're like so proud that they have their names on there. And so Liz Taylor has a glass in there, and everything inside is just like it used to be. So they haven't changed the dishes, they haven't even changed the carpet, they haven't even changed the chairs, so everything is exactly the way it was back in the day. Frank Sinatra also had a glass there.
What's really cool about this hotel as well is before in the olden days they had a bowling alley, but now it's just rooms, but that would have been really cool.
Yeah, and this is what it looks like just to give you an idea. It's beautiful.
So Liz Taylor is one of the sponsors for this cow.
Yeah, and when they have something called I think it's called des alpages, that's when all the cows come down from the mountain.
This cow comes.
This cow's here surrounded with all the other ones, right?
And like they'll decorate the cows with like flowers and everything. And the big horn, bells,
And what are the bells for? What did you guys learn about the bells?
So apparently each farmer has like a different bell sound, so when the farmer is up in the mountains, by the sound of the bell they can know which cow's theirs. So it's pretty cool. If there's fog and stuff,
then they can find their cows.
So behind me is a really authentic restaurant because they have all the old recipes and foods that they used to eat here, and they even have a table, so if you want to go to that table you have to talk to the other people. If you don't talk to the other people, then you have to leave that table
and go to another area.
Yeah.
Should we show them what the table looks like?
Yeah.
Everything inside is just like it used to be too.
And there's pictures.
Oh, it's really like oh, I smell cheese. So there's the round table in the distance. And that round... Hello, guys! We're making a little video. You all gonna come out dancing? This is the round table. So if you sit here, you must be social. And if not, you sit somewhere else. Right, girls? So this area here used to be what?
The old town.
Yeah, this was like the center of their village about 100 years ago, right?
Yes.
And now it's in the main area, but this is the old square and their old center.
So right there is the school, and this is the playground.
That's what caught your eye, right? Look at their playground that they have. They have this like big kind of hammock swing right there. Julia, I found your chalet.
Oh!
This symbol that's on this chalet reminds me of the Quebec flag.
Just a 10-minute walk away from the village is the telecab we're going to take up to the mountains.
Yeah, let's go. Here it is. It's called Wispil.
And there's snow behind it.
Yeah, you see all the snow still on the mountain?
And that's what.
And there is where we're going. Up, up, up. So the mountains here, because they're all like these big, huge fields, like when you're doing any kind of hiking activities, it's not really like cliffs or risky or really hard terrain. So very doable with kids, as you're about to see. And look at this green mountain. It looks like it's covered with a carpet, a green carpet. Here we go, that's what we're about to go do. Nice little picnic. But up above, they actually have a restaurant too. So you can eat. Almost every Swiss mountaintop has restaurants. If there's a playground to play in the summer months, I think Switzerland is a really good one. What do you guys think? Yeah. There's so many fun things to do and see. It's just unbelievable. So this is the top of the mountain and the restaurant up here.
Yes.
Let's go check out these views.
So they have a park. So that's a big park.
We'll definitely go there. Look at the slide at the top.
It's long.
Looks like fun, no?
Let's get embarrassed. So we wanted to surprise you guys. We wanted to say the same time. Gave it a hint. It was goat. And
What did you do?
we held baby goat.
And what was it like?
It was fun because they're so tiny. Look at that's the one we held. And that one too.
They're tiny. Did you feed them too, or what did you do?
No, we didn't feed them, but we could though.
That's very cool. Listen to him. He's making a little sound. Like this?
Là.
Okay.
Voilà.
Comme ça.
C'est garçon.
C'est un garçon.
Oui, c'est fille.
Oh. He's gonna have little horns coming out. You're a loud one when you cry. You're a loud one. All right, so we just met the nicest family from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and they have 7 kids. So that was really fun, huh, girls?
Guess what ages? From 12 to 28. And one of the girls is teaching my grade.
It's amazing. All right, so what are some of the things that you can do here? I'm going to talk about some of the activities and festivities that happen. So right now in the summer, they have this volleyball tournament going on. Then they have tennis. So that whole area where the volleyball is happening, there's tennis courts there. And then that tennis court actually turns into an ice skating rink for the winter months. And then they have the Festival of the Cows coming down. So that's like a big thing that happens in September. Then after that, well, of course, you can go skiing and hiking and cross-country skiing. You can go snowboarding, of course, mountain biking,
skiing, sledding even.
Sledding, just all kinds of things. And I'm trying to think if there's anything, well, there's the harvest time of the wine and the cheese. That's big events that they do. And then just to come up and stay in a cool Swiss chalet, their slogan is, "Come up and slow down."
Thanks for watching Grand Tour of Gstaad, Switzerland.
Make sure you guys subscribe and give us a big thumbs up, and we'll see you next time.
Bye! Bye.